All right, Jacques Pauw now. The SABC can confirm that the investigative journalist's home is being searched by the Hawks at the moment. And the author, of course, of the recent book opening, some would say the lid on the secrets of the spies in this country themselves. He joins us on the line from Riebeeck Kasteel in the Western Cape. Mr. Pauw, thank you for being with us. What's happening at your house?
Well, the Hawks arrived at my restaurant and guest house, where I also live, about 2 hours ago with a search and seizure warrant relating to any information or documents pertaining to the State Security Agency. The complainant in the matter is the Director General, Arthur Fraser, who I expose in my book as being complicit in wastage of R1 billion at the State Security Agency. The three officers from the Hawks, who was headed by a colonel, comes from the Crimes Against the State unit of the Hawks. This is the unit that would usually investigate, cases of terrorism and state security. They were here for about, as I said, for about 2 hours. They searched my office. Then they left with some documents and some contracts. Obviously they didn't find any of the documents they were looking for, because, did they really think I was going to keep any of the documents in my office? Anyway, they have just left, and they were courteous. The search and seizure warrant they had was legal. It was inspected by my attorney. As I say, they were courteous, and they were probably just doing their job.
Jacques, you were accused, or your sources accused of breaking the law, I understand, in terms of revealing state secrets. Is that still what this is about? It's not about all the bad people you wrote about. It's still about you and your sources.
Well, one of the people I write about is Arthur Fraser, who's the Director General of the State Security Agency, who I expose as having managed and ran a program that cost the useless program, spy program, that cost the taxpayer R1 billion. I expected this raid. I have expected this raid for some time, but I didn't expect the raid to take place in February 2018, especially after Cyril Ramaphosa became the president. I think it is extremely short-sighted of them to raid the private premises of a journalist. I don't know what they thought they were going to get. But anyway, as I say, they were just doing their job. But somewhere up in the police, some brigadier or some general decided that my premises should be raided.
What's the most recent correspondence you've had, perhaps from the Hawks or any other authorities? There was a big focus on you in the book a while back, reports of you being arrested. Then things quietened down. Like you say, you're surprised because there has been an administration change. What correspondence have you received?
Well, before Ramaphosa became the president, there were various police investigations against me. I thought that this would all end after the rise of Ramaphosa. But we were informed, my attorney was informed about 2 weeks ago that there's still a case against me that's now being investigated by a police general in the Free State. And then these Hawks arrived on my doorstep today. So I'm not sure what is going on, or how serious these investigations are. I have to say that the Hawks who were here said to me repeatedly that they're only doing their jobs, and they seem to be rather embarrassed by what they had to do. So I don't know where the order came from or who decided that they should raid a journalist. But I can assure you it wasn't a good idea, because they found nothing.
And finally, just how do you feel, I guess, in general? Because the concern was that the authorities were going after the people exposing corruption rather than the people perpetuating corruption. Does this say to you that maybe things haven't changed where we had hoped that they had?
Well, you know, we have to remember that the whole old guard of the police is still in place. You know, the new minister has just been appointed, you know, but all the various structures of the old hawks are still in place. You know, for example, you know, the head of the hawks in Gauteng, where these people come from, is still a guy called Prince Mokotedi, who's got a very shadowy history, and was appointed by Lieutenant General Burning Klemeza, who left the hawks under a cloud. So we must remember that while there has been significant political changes, lots of these changes have not been made on an operational level in the police, in the NPA, in SARS, in the hawks, in crime intelligence.
All right, thank you very much. On the line there was Jacques Pauw, the author of The President's Keepers, about allegedly crooked spies, confirming that his home in the Cape has been searched earlier this evening. All right, let's look at your sporting action.